winter time, we all know that we need to use smaller bristle floats and dot them right down so we can barely see it, and that's the problem, we can barely see it. But I've got a few little tips that's definitely going to help you if this is you. So firstly, thinking about the bristle of your pole float. In the winter time, I think we all get, oh, it's going to be really, really difficult, and you see a float and bristle so thin, you think, oh, I'm really going to struggle to see that. What I think is really important is not just the thickness of the bristle, but what the actual bristle is made out of. So you normally find you've got two different materials. You've got solid plastic and you've got hollow. Now, the solid plastic, very little resistance in it. So even though it can be quite thick, it's very little resistance to the fish because it's solid. It's lovely and sensitive, so you get these lovely sort of melt away bites when you're using a solid tip bristle float. Whereas your hollow tip floats, again, lovely and buoyant, perfect for the summertime. You can see them clear as day, but in the winter time, we know we don't want to be using them because the bites you get are just little where there's too much resistance. So the first thing I opt for is a solid bristle float. But the next most important thing that you'll be able to see is that I've painted them. And I think that is so, so important. In the winter time, more so, you struggle with real low light and broken light as well. So where we are today at Tunnel Barn Farm, you've got the island and also you've got the trees. And both of these are going to cast a shadow onto the water, especially when the leaves drop out of the trees. You've just got the twigs rather than the big dark shadow of the tree you'll have in the summertime. So when you're looking along the water, especially when there's a wind on it and it's sort of silvery black, and you can really struggle to see your flow, that's when this really helps. So by using a slightly thicker bristle rather than a 1mm, I opt for a 1.5mm solid bristle flow. I give it a coat up. But the biggest thing that I think I do more than most people, in the summertime, we all wear sunglasses, not just to protect our eyes, but also you want to be looking around and spotting fish, and having polarized glasses definitely help. So in the summertime, you'll see me wearing sort of a blue lens. They're really nice and dark and you can see the shadows of the fish. They're absolutely perfect in the summertime. Again, with your sort of copper lens coloured sunglasses, perfect in the summertime. They're nice and dark and they're keeping that light away from your eyes, so sort of your pupils open up a bit more to let more of that light in. In the winter time, we need the opposite. We need to let the light in. We want everything to glow up as much as possible. So by using sort of a yellow tint sunglasses, your lighter coloured ones, rather than your dark sunglasses, when I put these on, everything lights up and it's just so much easier to see. Then, when I'm using a painted bristled float, the difference is like a little beacon. So, whereas before I'd be struggling to see it, now all of a sudden, if I put my finger in the way, I know that I can easily see that float dotted down because it just glows up so much more by wearing a pair of sunglasses. Even though, you know, it's not summertime now, try using these, try painting your float. Again, the biggest thing is think about your bristles and what they're made out of. I'd rather use a solid bristle that's thicker than a hollow bristle that's thinner, because it's all about that buoyancy. So 1.5mm solid bristled float, paint it, have a go with sort of some yellow lens glasses, and I promise you it'll make a massive difference to what you can actually see.